How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Gameover Ent. And this week on The Walking Dead Wednesday, we're talking about the highly misleading, deceptive, next time on trailers. Okay, the trailers you get at the end of the episode showing you what's going to happen in the episode to come. All right, so each Walking Dead season has 3 of these for episodes 2, 3, and 4. You don't get one for episode 5, and there's not one for episode 1. So we're going to look at these trailers and see what the difference is of what they said was going to happen to what actually happened, and maybe in the process giving us a hint at what Telltale had originally planned for the storyline of said episodes. So let's go ahead and look at that, and we'll also go look at the title art for some of these things. Here's the preview for season 1 episode 2.
I thought we'd be fine if we survived the walkers. Never expected they'd starve us out.
I want you to have this, okay? In case you or Clementine starts feeling weak.
You don't owe me anything, Carly. How you doing, Clementine?
I'm really hungry, Lee.
We gotta get food, Lee. Soon.
Howdy, I'm Andrew St. John. We're from the St. John Dairy.
It's beautiful.
I never did thank you for saving Duck from the walkers back at Herschel's farm.
Something's coming, Lee. There's gonna be a war.
The walkers don't worry me as much as the bandits.
Fuck with us! Now we're gonna take what we want! There's too many of them!
You never liked my dad. Even back at the drugstore whenever we thought Kenny's kid was bit, you went out of your way to side against him.
This isn't happening!
No more, please! No more, please! Lee, please!
All right, so that's it right there. And as you can tell, that was pretty damn accurate, man. Almost, yeah, everything they showed here really happened in the episode. Probably except for that, the one where the, they changed Mark's clothes up a little bit, but that's no biggie. And, this scene right here of someone looking through the bushes at, Larry and Lily, this possibly could have been the bandits right here. One thing I will say is that it is a little misdirect, because in this teaser right here, well, in this trailer right here, they actually lead you to believe that the bandits are the real threats. But as we already know, in season 1 episode 2, it was actually the St. John's that you need to worry about. Okay, the bandits were not the antagonists during this episode. Okay, so yeah, this one was really accurate, man. This is back in the day when you can really trust these next time on trailers, man. Like spot on detail here, and it still leaves that mystery as to what's going to happen, because you don't get any information about the St. John's and what they're really up to in this trailer here. So yes, well done one. No complaints about this one right here. And yeah, let's move on to next one, season 2, episode 3.
Making is done, pal. Ain't nothing left. We gotta get the hell out of here. Lee, I need you to back me up on this.
Is this all you got?
I told you this town is tapped. Do you have any idea what we had to do to get all that? We need to leave. Duck was asking about the farm last night. Not much phases yet. It's starting to add up. I need to get to the coast. Get him out of all this madness. Lily's not doing so good, huh?
Well, we killed her dad.
We did kill her dad. Maybe people out there got things lined up better. Better than us, at least. Could be folks who have all this shit figured out.
Do people get mad when they're scared?
Sometimes, yeah, they do.
This is crazy. I'm the one keeping this group going.
We can sort this all out, all right? We can sort this out.
I'll tell you what we need to sort out. We can't let one person fuck this up for everyone else.
All right, so I know what you're thinking right now. Like, game over. There really wasn't that much difference going on there. This video is a waste of time. Well, wait for it. Wait till we get to season 2. Okay, now I gotta admit, there wasn't that many changes that went down with this one either. Now, the only 2 things I saw in here that was kind of different from the original is that we have this argument here going outside where, Lily actually shoots Carly or Doug. while they're arguing over who is actually the traitor amongst the group. Now in this scene right here, originally, you know, it was nighttime, and also Kenny was in front fixing the RV and stuff like that. So they have us like in a kind of half circle in this one. So that's really not a big deal. Still the same concept, still the same argument going on here, and even some of the same dialogue too. So yeah, no real changes there. And then we got this scene here, the SOS survivors, where we run into Krista and Omid. Okay, now in this instance right here, it makes it look like Krista and Omid actually had to come inside and help save Lee and Clementine while they were trapped up trying to find that blowtorch thing. So, you know, a little different than normal because Lee and Clementine handled it on their own. This is in case things got too out of hand. I guess that's what would have happened. But now this scene could have raised Krista and Omid's badass level a notch, you know, them fighting off walkers, hand to hand, you know. Omid's actually getting handled back there. You know, he's having a little dance with that walker. And also, if you look at Omid's leg here, you see it's wrapped up too. So that may be it may have been a premonition of Omid's leg breaking sometime in episode 4 there. So yeah, a minor change, but nothing too significant going on here. Let's move on to the final preview trailer for season 1, episode 4.
We're almost at the river. You want to get on a boat? Or you want to wait around till the walkers figure out we're here?
We need to focus on finding the boat right now, Clem. Like we talked about on the train.
I don't know how much longer he can keep on like this. If his leg gets any worse, we're gonna have to carry him.
Or leave him.
If I were you, I'd get out of the street, now.
Who the hell is this? Answer me, damn it!
So when were you gonna tell us about the radio?
Who have you been talking to? You come back here, I'll kill you. You understand? I will kill you!
All right, so that right there, not really much difference in that one either. Only thing that's different about this preview is that this conversation here where Kenny talks about potentially leaving Omid behind if his leg doesn't get any better happens inside the house instead of outside. But besides that, everything else is really spot on. And before we actually dive into season 2, let's look at some of these thumbnails too. So episode 1 here, Lee, Clementine, and Carly running out of the drugstore. No change here. This actually happened. Move on to episode 2. All right, Kenny and Lee arguing over to kill Larry while Lily looks shocked. Actual scene from episode 2. Yep. Okay, episode 3, Long Road Ahead. Okay, we're getting a little bit off the rails, you know. We got Duck over here running over walkers, just like he ran over Sean's leg with the tractor, you know. So repeating that. That's probably the only change going on here is that Duck is in the driver's seats or just hanging out the window, about to fall out. Episode 4 here. Now, episode 4, this may have been what could have happened if Molly wasn't involved in the storyline. We got Lee, Kenny, and Krista in the tunnels here, you know, hiding out from the walkers this time around, as opposed to just Lee by himself being stranded down there and having to find a way out. So this is like, I guess, Krista went with us, or this could, you know, this actually could still be a scene in episode 4. The part where we use the tunnels to go down there and try to get to inside Carver's territory. You know, this could be the scene from there. You know, when we actually do use the tunnels Vernon's way, he sneaks us in, and this could be the scene right here. But you know, opposed to that, you know what I just said, it is still light outside, and when we actually did that mission, it was dark outside. So, in episode 5 here, the last one, completely accurate. Just Clementine alone walking in a grassy type area with a walker on the ground. You know, yeah, Clementine was alone for some parts in episode 5, especially at the end after Lee passed away. Especially at the end after Lee passed away. Now let's go on to season 2. Season 2, episode 2.
What are you gonna do? Someone's outside.
for you. A man.
What? Did he say what his name was?
We know damn well who it was.
Who is he?
One of the guys we were with before.
What's he gonna do?
I can't keep going.
I figure we got about 5 more days to reach those mountains.
We ain't here to rob nobody. Just relax and put the gun down, man.
I thought you were dead.
All right, so yes, definitely some changes going on here. Let's go ahead and start off from the first one off the bat that takes place. Let me see, where's it at? So this was the one where I chose Pete in the ending. So that's why we got Pete here, vice versa. If you chose Nick, you have Nick here. No real difference in that beginning scene. But, you know, past this, bam. Who is this at my front door? This is not Carver here. This is actually Troy, having a bigger role in season 2, episode 2. It was actually stated by the voice actor of this character that Troy was supposed to be have a larger role in episode 2 and be more menacing and be even worse of a scumbag than he already is. Okay, so they were building up Troy to be a bigger character than this, and him actually arriving to my door raises some questions too. I'm curious how that conversation between Clementine and Troy would have went down, because I don't feel like Troy has that kind of tact or that kind of like scheming, you know, tone of voice like Carver has to like just weasel his way up in there. So I'm curious how Clementine would have talked to Troy. Definitely would have been a confrontational conversation right there. So fun fact, before the voice actor for Carver's character, Michael Manson, actually signed on with Telltale to do this, Carver had a less significant role in The Walking Dead Season 2. But after they heard his voice and saw how menacing he sounded, they decided to give Carver a larger role. So this could be the reason why this change right here actually took place.
Who is he?
One of the guys we were with before.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah, maybe Troy was actually going to be the leader of the community and going to be the ultimate badass that we take down at the end of season 2, episode 3. But that never happened, and we'll never know. Now, moving forward with this right here, when we actually do travel up north toward the ski lodge.
5 more days to reach those mountains.
We ain't here to rob nobody. Just relax and...
Now, what's different here is that we got your boy Matthew in an entirely different setting. He looks like he's outside, just in the middle of the woods. Maybe this is before the bridge was actually thought of, and he was holding us to gunpoint. But the way this scene is directed, it makes it look like Matthew and Walter approached us together, like we encountered both of them at the same time, as you can tell by the background, which is definitely a lot different than the directions they took in this episode. So maybe this was actually before Kenny was actually thought of being returned into season 2, because they only had Matthew and what's his name there, or they just wanted to hide the fact that Kenny was actually going to be returning and keep that a mystery and keep that a surprise for fans. Not too sure, but it's definitely different than the original.
I thought you were dead.
And I thought you were dead. Very misleading right here. Because as you can tell by the look on Clementine's face and the way her tone of voice, whoever she's talking to is someone we've seen before, of course, right? But it's also someone she's not too happy or thrilled about seeing once again, okay? Like, based on her tone of voice and expression, you would never think it was Kenny. So this was probably just a misdirect by Telltale, no doubt, leading me actually to believe originally that it was Lily on the other end of this conversation, that Lily was the one we would have found at the ski lounge returning in full strength. And that would have been a very interesting twist of fate there if it really was. But that was definitely not Kenny's reaction right there, Clementine's facial expression. But anyways, moving on now to season 2, episode 3 preview.
I don't know if we could have saved Walt, but I know one of us didn't just give up.
Yeah, I know. Folks are sore over what happened. But let's remember, these are our brothers and sisters, and They all have a vital role to play in this community. They strayed from the flock, yeah. That don't mean they can't earn their way back into the fold. I don't mean we can't find it in our hearts to forgive them, knowing full well those who choose not to accept our love will surely wish that they had. A storm is on the way.
Okay, so that's actually probably one of the best preview trailers we got from season 2. Pretty accurate, with some various, location changes and a little bit different conversation with Kenny right here in the beginning too. Okay. Oh, and the scene with us walking through the forest back to Carver's place. Now, this was interesting right here. I wish they could have shown this scene in the episode. It could have been led to some pretty interesting, dialogue options and choices and stuff, because right now like me as Clementine, we really don't have the full scope of everything that's kind of going on between why Carver's kind of doing this, why is he capturing everybody, why is he keeping everybody alive, why it's kind of dangerous to keep this many people alive that kind of hate you at one time. As we saw Carver's in captivity group, he only had like 2 people there. Having this many people there and trying to guard them, it's gonna take more manpower, take more effort to keep this many people tamed. So I don't know, maybe we could have got more information about why he's doing this and stuff like that, as opposed to just killing everybody, especially Kenny, a guy who's already proven as a killer, who also killed one of your men. How do you let someone like that just keep going on? And maybe this would have been a scene of us walking back to the truck. How far did Carver actually travel to actually get to us and stuff like that? How long did it take him? That's kind of crazy, man. I mean, Carver, he's been looking for this group for probably a long time. I'm pretty sure they were at the cabin for a while, and Carver's been looking for them ever since. So he's chasing these people through hell and back, looking for Rebecca and his potentially unborn child. So yeah, this could have been an interesting scene right here, but we never got this one. Especially talking to Bonnie, I was like, bitch, you lied to us. I could tell that.
I don't know if we could have saved Walt, but I know one of us didn't just give up.
And this one's also kind of interesting too. Kenny actually reflecting on the choices you make last episode. We never had that conversation. Walter actually, I don't think he ever was even mentioned anymore past episode 2. I'm not too sure about that. But, it'd been nice to kind of reflect on the choices, and Kenny to be a little bit upset thinking his way was the right way, and that Clementine actually made the wrong choice, creating some more conflict between him and Clementine and stuff. So I think this conversation could have been good, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I know. Folks are sore over what happened. But let's remember, these are our brothers and sisters.
So, nothing really different about this one is that the conversation is taking place outside as opposed to inside the department store.
They all have a vital role to play in this community. They strayed from the flock, yeah.
And Clementine doing back-breaking work. And look at this. Look at Troy's face. He looks almost sympathetic. What's going on here? He's looking like, oh my God, why are we putting this little girl through all this hard labor? You see Troy's face? Hold on.
They strayed from the flock, yeah.
He looks sad.
That don't mean they can't.
He doesn't look like the ruthless enforcer they made him out to be in season 2, episode 3 here.
Earn their way back into the fold.
All right, and that rooftop scene with Carver, instead of just being on the rooftops, this conversation actually happened inside of his office and stuff like that. But you know what? Looking back at this scene right here on the rooftops, I think it would have been better if it actually happened up here. Because just looking over the land and seeing the walkers approach, knowing the threats coming, and that just seeing the world in turmoil, and maybe actually, because Carver's trying to pull you over to his side, make you see that his way is the right way. Seeing that Carver can provide this type of protection for these people, that this many walkers coming through would not even shake the foundation, shows a display of strength on Carver's standpoint. Like, he's looking down there at the walkers. He's not worried. He's not even concerned about them.
I don't mean we can't find it in our hearts to forgive them, knowing full well.
Oh, yeah. And Clementine looking for the supplies, the walkie-talkies and stuff. And this time she's on the ground going through the tools department, instead of going through the rooftops and skylights. So just a little difference right there. And the Carver beat down, and Yeah, here's the scene I was talking about right here.
A storm is on the way.
It was them looking down. Like, yeah, you ain't got nowhere else to go, man. You might as well, might as well pay rent, okay? You might as well get comfortable because we're not going anywhere. You see that the world's dangerous, and you see that I have offered a place that can protect these people, man. So, yeah, I do wish that conversation went down there. But as far as the preview trailers go, that's probably the most accurate one for season 2. Now, moving on to the final one, season 2, episode 4.
Sarah's glasses.
She's gonna get someone killed.
You didn't have to take the radio. Carver wouldn't have hurt me like this.
Of course I had to. No telling what that asswipe would have done to you. So how's it look? Am I still gonna be pretty when this heals?
You need to get past that walker without drawing all the others. What are you gonna do?
Not now. Not now, damn it.
Damn it, where the fuck is Luke?
They're all gonna die, Clementine. Don't let them pull you down with them.
All right. So, you know what? Looking back at this one's actually pretty accurate too. Some scenes didn't actually happen this exact way, but, we got the conversations with Jane, just getting to know her character a little bit better, finding Sarah's glasses outside of the mobile home park. That's pretty accurate. Only thing that really doesn't align here is the conversation with Kenny.
You didn't have to take the radio. Carver wouldn't have hurt me like this.
So yeah, this definitely a scene that went down in season 2, episode 5. So it was just pushed back a little bit more, but we thought we would be seeing Kenny's eye here, which definitely would have been kind of well, it wasn't that bad actually. I expected it to look a lot worse than it was when we actually did see it. So let me see. I think that's about it. Yeah, everything else,
Damn it, where the fuck is Luke?
Fucking Jane, that's where he is.
They're all gonna die, Clementine. Don't let them pull you down with them.
Yep, don't let Luke pull you down with him. All right, whatever. Moving on, man. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of this title art for season 2. So episode 1 here, Luke in the foreground finding Clem. Yep, that's pretty accurate right there. So yeah, that really happened and stuff. Episode 2. We got Carver's crew right here, Troy in the front and this other guy in the background. Now you see they never showed Troy's face. It just makes me think that Troy probably had a more significant role. He could have been the leader right here, like I said earlier. But, just them making their way up to the ski launch and looking for Rebecca and the rest of the crew. And then episode 3, In Harm's Way. Rebecca looks like she's going through labor pains and giving birth. And it looks like we are trapped in Carver's place. I see a sign in the back on the left that says a house, but the birth of Rebecca's baby didn't happen this episode. It was pushed back to episode 4. So a little change right there. Now, her actually getting pregnant right here in episode 3 possibly could have been for the best. Rebecca may have actually been able to survive childbirth if this actually did go down, because he did have Carlos there. You did have more people around. You were in a more safe, a more secure location. Even though you are being treated like a slave, nonetheless, at least you know that Carver's not going to let anything bad happen to this baby. He's going to do whatever he can to make sure this baby is born successfully. So I think Rebecca would have got the best care if she was taken care of here, but it would have been definitely even harder for us to escape because Carver would have had the baby in his clutches, and he could have used that as a way to actually keep Rebecca and everybody else, there, because they're not just going to leave without having the baby with them, and they know that taking the baby in the middle of that Walker herd would not have been the most smartest choice. But yeah, just something to think about. Now going to episode 4 here. In episode 4, I don't know what was about to go down in episode 4, man. Episode 4 looked like they was going to take us through hell and back. I mean, Clementine looks so menacing here. The hat gone. You know what happened to the hat? We never did lose the hat anytime in season 2. So and Clementine just wiping that blood on her face, like she literally has blood on her hands. Well, as you know, that she did walk through the herd. Maybe that was supposed to happen in episode 4 here, where we put the walker blood on us and then we walk through the herd and try to get through. Maybe that was supposed to happen in this episode here, which makes sense because the childbirth was last episode and they just switched some things around and stuff like that. So basically, this thumbnail here should probably be switched around with the episode 3 thumbnail, because the childbirth happened in episode 4 and the blood on the face happened in episode 3. Okay, and looking at the background here, it looked like a whole bunch of other characters were supposed to get involved, some new characters that we didn't get a chance to check out. Possibly a conflict between 2 possible different groups, or maybe Carver's remaining remnants actually attacking us and like following us and trying to get us. So don't really know what's going on with this back room, but just a very menacing looking thumbnail for episode 4 right here. And I think I love this one the most. It's just well done. Now going to episode 5, I mean, as far as the art design, not as far as the misleading picture, because like almost none of this stuff going on here happened in episode 4. Now episode 5, the final one, this also leads me to believe that some other things were going down or were originally planned here, because this thumbnail has nothing to do with episode 5. Like, we didn't run across one single, well, we did go across the road. I guess this could be the instance where Clementine gets knocked unconscious and Kenny and Jane are actually traveling in the truck. Maybe this is actually the scene that they could have saw while traveling on the road and stuff before the blizzard actually hit them like really hard. Maybe they were going to go to the city and then the blizzard came through and it just got like really bad really fast. I don't know how it could get that bad that fast, but just giving you references. But it looks like we were supposed to be heading to that town off there in the distance, and we never actually did make it there. So I wonder what kind of storyline Telltale had originally planned for season 2 for us to actually make it there. I feel like Arvo and the Russians were somewhat of an afterthought, and some of the deaths in episode 5 felt a little bit unnecessary and somewhat forced. So that's my only gripes about episode 5. I still love the ending choices and stuff, and the various endings that the Telltale had you pick. I really did like that multiple choice aspect, but this thumbnail just has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. All right, no going back. It makes it sound like, just a lot of death is supposed to be going on in this episode. You got a dead walker right in the foreground. So, yeah. All right, guys. So let me know your thoughts about this one. Do you think that season 2 definitely had a different storyline in the beginning and they switched some things up? As I've pointed out, you can see that Telltale has something differently planned, and changes were made. Now, season 1, there wasn't really much different choices being done. It was a pretty tight-knit story. They kind of followed it all the way through, and it turned out really good. So yeah, guys, comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this, and thank you guys for watching. Thumbs up the video if you did like this, and stay tuned to the channel for another Walking Dead video next week, Wednesday. Game over. Out.